that you can implement to configure that in more detail. So here's just one quick example, the simplest example perhaps with Java config. So we have an @configuration class annotated with @enable JMS. And what we have here is a JMS listener listener container factory that we are creating. We're using the default one here, setting up the connection factory that's coming from somewhere else. Here I just say add other bean definitions, configure elsewhere. So some connection factory, destination resolver for your queues and topics, setting some concurrency settings, etc., and returning that. And then basically just having this enabled JMS and having a bean of this type gets you up and running. And this also tells Spring to find components annotated or with methods annotated with JMS listener. So for example, in that application context, if we have a service, some component that has a method annotated with @JMS listener, specifying the container factory. So again, that's this one here by name. We're also working on having ways having that auto detected. So this might not actually be necessary next week, as early as next week. But you do need to specify the destination, right? So either the name of the queue or the topic. And then you can process that incoming message as you would. So a text message comes in on this queue and gets converted into a string, and you can just work with it there in your service method. Sorry, I've been talking quite a while. Some container odds and ends, closing up here. There is a new JavaX annotation, priority annotation. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that. But we came up with the idea that it would be nice to have that, or be able to use that standard annotation as an alternative to some of Spring's annotations. So Spring already has this @order and @primary, and you can now use @priority, specifying a number, priority number there. Does the same thing as order, and then it's a replacement for primary, but an extension of primary. So has anyone ever heard of primary beans in Spring?